offering you some advice, hints and tips as we go.
Our destination today is famed for its standing stones and stately homes. So find out where we are in just a moment. On the show today, I'll be helping two city dwellers break out from the limitations of their urban surroundings to find the perfect countryside home. We find an unexpected hazard to country life.
I would worry a little bit about all the leaves falling in the autumn.
And I'm helping an expat couple return to the UK to find a country home close to their family.
What do you think, though? Is it new?
It's interesting.
A recurring theme begins to emerge.
Interesting.
Is this a good interesting? Because I'm not sure we've had a good interesting yet.
Yeah.
With a capital I.
Well, today we are hunting for houses and peeking at property in the county of Wiltshire.
Famous for its stately homes like Longleat and Stourhead, and of course for its standing stones at Avebury and Stonehenge, I'd say that Wiltshire is one of the most enchanting and mystical of the English counties.
I could only agree. And for me as an archaeologist, it's Wiltshire's history that really makes it come to life. It is without doubt Britain's primary prehistoric county.
Set in the south of England, Wiltshire is bordered by 6 counties, including Gloucestershire to the north and Dorset to the south.
Its sweeping chalk downs are imprinted with an extraordinary archaeological record of its earliest occupants, including the iconic Stonehenge.
To the south is Salisbury, described as a city in the countryside. Its cathedral lays claim to having the tallest spire in England, and along with its surrounding meadows was famously captured by Constable in his painting of 1825.
With almost half of the county designated an area of outstanding natural beauty, it's no surprise that house hunters are so drawn to this beautiful part of the country.
I always think Wiltshire is slightly overshadowed by Devon and Dorset because, of course, they have beaches, but it's lovely rural countryside, all that Neolithic history and just fantastic architecture.
I've always seen it as something of a prehistoric county, and as you say, it's beautiful, but of course all that comes at a price. I mean, $298,000 is what it'll cost you for your average 4-bedroom detached property there. That's 40 grand above the national figure.
Yes, but you and I know that those average figures are a little bit skewed, because Marlborough, obviously, very expensive because of the college and the Vale of Pewsey around there, but if you go down to Devizes, you get much more for your money.
But it's interesting, large chunks of the county are effectively becoming commuter belt. We tend to associate that with London, but if you think about the draw of Bristol over towards the west, and of course Swindon within the county itself, these are big economic centres that, you know, do have a draw.
And we've found ourselves often going south to places like Chippenham to find a real bargain.
Well, my buyers were looking for a bargain. They were moving back from Spain for their retirement here in the UK with a pretty generous budget and hopes for the future.
And I had a couple of city slickers who were looking to explore the quieter side of the countryside. For the past 8 years, Ian and Janet have lived in a flat in Brentford, West London, not too far from the airport, as Ian worked abroad. But now Ian has joined Janet in retirement, they've decided it's time to fly from their metropolitan lifestyle.
I've been a weekend husband for almost the last 25, 30 years, where I've had jobs around the world, mainly in the Netherlands. Today I'm always planning where do I have to be next. Can I catch the plane? Can I catch the train? Do I have to leave now or 5 minutes later? Now when I move out into the country, and plus the retirement, it's going to be a far more leisurely approach to life.
The need to be closer to family has dictated the destination for their relocation.
Well, we're looking to move out to Wiltshire because currently my son and his family are out there, my only grandchild. And, you know, it's nice for us to be able to see them on a more regular basis than we do at the moment. So I'm really looking forward to that, as you can imagine any grandmother would be.
Once out in the country, Janet wants to rediscover her passion for music.
Living in a flat, it's just hopeless. I play a flute as well as a piano.
And of course in the flat there's no room for the piano.
No, there's no room for the piano, so that will be a big thing to be able to get the piano back again.
All that remains to discover is the financial details.
The budget for the move is £550,000.
Janet and Ian are looking to concentrate the search within reasonable distance from their son in Swindon. Before we begin our property tour, I caught up with them on Wiltshire soil to find out a little more about what they're looking for in a new house. Welcome to Wiltshire, guys. Very nice to have you here. I'd be quite interested to know a little bit more about the house that you've been dreaming about.
I'd like a house that's got a large kitchen. I particularly would like a room stroke study to get away from Ian's football and golf and all sorts of different sports.
So you can do some of your music as well?
And, oh yes, as well. And then he won't have to listen to me either.
Ah, it's win-win.
Yes. I'd love a garden, really. That's the main thing, is to have a garden. It doesn't have to be too big, something of manageable size that I can potter in and just keep tidy and just enjoy.
You're both retired, so what are you going to be doing to fill your days?
I play golf very badly. I love to get on with that. And we go out quite a bit. You know, we like to go out and do some dining, a bit of theatre, a bit of cinema.
I'm hoping to get him out into the countryside a bit more to do a little bit of bird spotting and...
Yes. So where in Wiltshire do you want to be? Because I know you need to be quite close to your grandson.
Yes, that's correct. We need to be in striking distance of Swindon, really.
Presumably not too close, because then you'll be on constant call.
That's correct, yes, not too close, yes. But we do like to have
our daughter, though. I mean, we'll make reasonably easy contact with her as well, of course.
We've got a daughter in still in London, so if we could get on a train and easily get into London, that would be great too.
OK, well, we've got 3 lovely properties lined up for you, interesting ones, and I hope they're going to be to your taste.
Looking forward to it.
Good, well, let's not hang around, let's go and look at them. Follow me. Janet and Ian don't need to sell their London flat to finance the move, and after some thought, they've also revised their budget to a maximum of £575,000. They're looking for 3 to 4 bedrooms, a large kitchen, a study to house Janet's piano, a manageable garden, and all within reasonable distance from Swindon and transport links to London. We've found 3 fantastic properties to tempt them with, and I'll test their market knowledge by asking them to guess the prices. The third property is our mystery house, which gives them an altogether different option. For our first house, we're travelling to Durrington, a village to the east of the county, an hour from their son in Swindon and around 10 miles from Salisbury, with its direct train links to London. In the old part of the village, we find house number 1, a detached, refurbished property sat in around 1/3 of an acre. Because this is the property I want to show you.
Very pleasant.
Very
yes,
pleasant.
Lovely.
Nice and
yes, yes, very quiet, private. Yes, lovely.
Nice.
Very nice.
So it's a 1950s house. We're sort of seeing it from the edge, as it were, because there's quite a substantial 1970s extension that's been put on the back. Let's do it. A positive, if somewhat reserved, reaction from Ian and Janet, so let's hope the inside delivers what they're looking for in terms of space. There are 2 reception rooms on the ground floor, and we're heading for the larger of the 2. But as you can see, the present owners have really kind of stripped everything back down to a very kind of contemporary feel.
Yeah, nice plain colours, it looks good, yeah.
That's a
Very
wood
clean.
burning stove.
That's a
Great,
contemporary
yes.
log burner, yeah.
It's a little bit smaller than I would have liked, to be absolutely honest. But there's the second room next door, so there's some thinking to be done.
This starts exploring the back of the house. This is
Like
the
doors
kitchen.
as well.
This is the much more spacious kitchen diner.
Nice.
Isn't it? Really nice, yes.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
And lots of this lovely work surface, the sort of big island. So the downstairs continues quite considerably into the 70s extension that way, and there's a question mark over what you might do with that room. So let's go and explore. The extension houses a conservatory, a utility room and an ensuite shower room, which leads on to the 4th bedroom. It's a rather unusual layout because you've got at the end of the sort of long extension this sort of garden room, which they're currently using as a bedroom, guest room. Through there you've got a sort of little office or walk-in wardrobe. Makes sense to either have this as a guest wing or to make it into more living space.
Yeah, it's probably more living space.
Probably more living space. It's a
With-
little office type area, isn't it, I think?
Yeah.
Is it whetting your appetite?
It's whetting my appetite, yes. We do differ a little. I like something a little cosy than Ian does.
Let's explore upstairs, then you'll know the whole house. Mixed reactions to the downstairs, but having seen the possibilities of the extension, I get the feeling they're warming to the house. Accessed via a landing, bedrooms 2 and 3 are both doubles. There's also a family bathroom with contemporary suite, including a double-ended bath, as well as another separate shower room. First, though, is the master. This one's got all the fitted cupboards, so they're using it as the master bedroom.
Very nice, yes, lots of storage, isn't there?
Yeah, the storage is excellent.
In terms of the upstairs living, I mean, some people like huge bedrooms. Is that a big deal for you?
No, I don't think we need a reasonable amount of storage space, because we've got clothes everywhere. And so we need lots of storage space, and this is ideal for that.
Yes, it is. It's
giant bedrooms is not our thing.
It's an ideal room, this, yes.
The enclosed tree-lined gardens are mainly lawn, which hopefully should be enough for Janet's gardening aspirations, and include a patio area just outside the conservatory. So you've got the garden that goes down there, just sort of steep bank here, into what was an orchard, what still is an orchard.
Well, they're fruit trees, are they?
Yes, very nice, yes. I would worry a little bit about all the leaves falling in the autumn. The number of trees that there are in the garden. Yes.
That's quite a peculiar anxiety. So how much do you think the property's on the market for?
My guess would be 565.
I think it's a bit lower than that. I think it's about maybe 545, 550.
Okay, well, in this instance, your wife is the authority, because you are spot on. That's exactly what it is on the market for. 565. It's only been on the market a couple of weeks, and I think it's a very saleable property.
It is. It's a lovely house. Very nice house.
Our first house comes in under their maximum budget at £565,000 and gives them 4 bedrooms with the option to utilise one as extra living space. There's a large modern kitchen, 2 reception rooms, a manageable garden, and it's all within a reasonable distance from their son in Swindon and daughter in London. Come on out. If you pull the door behind you, Ian. We're all done. That's our first house wrapped. And now we're going to get in the car, drive across the county to our second house. Okay. Follow me. The Industrial Revolution saw a golden age of canal construction between the 18th and 19th century. One such canal, the Wiltshire in Berkshire, opened in 1810. However, the onset of the railways led to its decline, and by 1914 it was declared abandoned. 35 years ago, a group now known as the Canal Trust formed to tackle the dilapidated canals. With the help of volunteers and the local community, the Trust is fully committed to returning this historic waterway back into a navigable state. I've come to meet the Trust's company secretary, Chris Coyle, to find out more about the Wiltshire side of this epic restoration project.
This canal was built to connect the Thames and Severn up at Cricklade and the River Thames at Abingdon with the Kennet and Avon Canal down at Semmington. We've got about 10% of it in water so far, so the total length is about 70 miles, so we've got about 7 miles in water.
There's still another 63 to do.
Yep, and we're working hard on it, and we need lots of support and lots of members.
Yeah. What's going on this particular stretch?
Well, this is a very important site. What we've got here is we've got 3 locks. We've got a dry dock, we've got a saw pit, and we've got a maintenance yard. And we've applied for planning permission to restore all of these as an education and resource centre.
A restored canal would be extremely valuable to the county. The Kennet and Avon Canal is worth £25 million to the Wiltshire economy through tourism and employment. So the Trust's work is vitally important to the community.
So now we're moving on to this new section where we've got the 3 locks to restore, this lovely original dry dock which we're standing in to work on.
So this is where they bring in the boats to
repair them.
I'm assuming that with 100 years of use, there must be quite detailed maps of the canal.
Sadly not. We've lost all the records from the original canal company. What we do have is the Ordnance Survey maps that they started producing in the 19th century, and we've got our own drawings and engineering drawings now. So our engineers have got to do some detective work to work out what things look like, how they worked, and what the engineering was behind it. And then we try to reproduce that.
From day one, a vital part of this project has been the volunteers, without whom the restoration work wouldn't happen. And a scheme like this doesn't come cheap, so the need to involve the community in fundraising as well as seeking business partners is key. So who and what is going on here?
Well, this is Kath Hatton, who is our fundraising director.
Lovely to meet you.
Hello.
You don't get any fundraising from the government, do you?
No, we don't. No, we have to raise everything ourselves through our membership and through donations and through applying for small grants and local landfill tax credits, which has given us quite a bit of money.
I feel like I need to make some symbolic...
We're not going to let you go without you actually doing something to contribute to the canal. What we're doing is just repairing the wharf wall that we built. Well, that looks pretty good.
It's been a while since I've made bricks. It's an amazing job they're doing here, preserving the country's industrial heritage for generations to come. Now to return to the property hunt and catch up with our buyers. On to property number 2, and we're heading northwest to the village of Nympsfield, over the border into Gloucestershire, and just under an hour from Swindon. On the outskirts of the village is house number 2, a Grade 2 listed barn conversion sat on the edge of a courtyard. So as you can see, quite a different offering from house number 1.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes.
Completely different.
So this is the dairy, the part that I'm showing you, which is this half of these C-shaped buildings.
Well, wow. I think really, yes, it's really
Well, it's very different to the last place.
very special.
It's can't wait to get inside and look at it. Please,
yes.
let's go.
With living space high on their agenda, I'm banking on the sitting room, delivering the wow factor. Into the star attraction, which is this room.
Yes. That would suit you, wouldn't it?
It would indeed
yes,
suit me.
I think so. It's a lovely big room.
A log burner, underfloor heating throughout.
Can you room? It's a nice room to sit in.
What about you, Janet? What are your first gut impressions?
It's a lovely big room, and it's actually sort of cosy as well if you keep the furniture in one end.
Okay, well this is the main room of the property, and off here on the right is the kitchen. Come on through then. This is again a very different space.
It's designed to cook in as opposed to eat in. And I think to me that's a big plus. Yet there's plenty of cover space. It looks good.
And there's still room for a chair or a couple of chairs or a small corner unit.
No, I like the kitchen.
Yes, I like the kitchen very much, yes.
Good, so thumbs up for the kitchen.
Yeah, big thumbs up for the kitchen.
So one of the unusual things about this house is the master bedroom currently is on the ground floor. So let's go and have a look at that.
Okay.
The ground floor also benefits from a large hall big enough to accommodate a dining area. So more positives than negatives so far, but it remains to be seen if they will compromise on having a downstairs master. So this is a resplendent...
It's a big
lovely,
bedroom.
isn't it? Yes, it is.
Makes the bed look small. Maybe it is.
It does, yes, yes.
And then you've got a sort of a bathroom in there, ensuite.
Oh, very good.
I suppose my question when I was looking around it for you guys is there are only 2 bedrooms upstairs. So 2 guest rooms, they use them as guest rooms upstairs. And my question is, would you want to keep this as your master bedroom, or would you want to turn this into a more downstairs space and use one of the rooms upstairs?
I could use this as my escape room as well because there is the seating in here as well. So
You could have a piano in your bedroom. She could serenade you every morning.
I haven't actually looked around to see where else it might fit, but I'm not sure about you on the ladder and decorating.
I think this is definitely a specialist job for the decorating. It's
larger than I would attempt, I would think.
You might get someone in. Well, I'll let you explore upstairs on your own in just a moment, but let's have a look in the garden. I can see the cogs whirring as they figure out what to do with the huge master. Outside, the gardens come with an outbuilding and are enclosed behind a stone wall for privacy, with views over the neighbouring church, hopefully enough for Janet's green fingers. A more modest-sized garden?
Yes, it is, and perfectly adequate.
This is the sort of size you're looking for?
It is perfectly adequate,
Oh,
yes.
now I know.
I could see some nice shrubs or pots around the outside.
You've got a tree for your bird thingy to go with.
Yes.
A walnut tree, yes, you'll have walnuts all year round. What do you think the price of the property is?
No, I was very good last time, but I think you've got me quite stumped this time. Would you like to go first, Ian?
No, I've got no clue at all about the prices, but I would put it at about 495.
I think that's far too low. It's still got to be up at the top somewhere. It's got to be up at 535.
535. Well, I think your wife has got her eye in, because this is actually just a little bit under that. It's on at 525. Okay. So if you go inside and have a look around upstairs, then we can meet out the front. Take it from here.
Yes,
let's do that.
This Grade 2 listed barn conversion comes in under budget at £525,000, giving them a huge master bedroom, a very spacious and characterful sitting room, a large modern kitchen, a manageable garden, within reasonable distance to Swindon, all set in the glorious Cotswolds countryside.
You all done inside?
We are, yes, thank you.
Oh, very good. I'll just pull the door. Right, well, all the house is done for this day, but tomorrow is another one, so we better get some rest and relaxation in. Okay, off we go.
So, having waxed lyrical about the merits of Wiltshire, you border hopped into Gloucestershire.
No, and I'm afraid that I think my evil master plan of taking them out of Wiltshire may have backfired. And not only that it's almost like the whole sheen of moving to the countryside is waning for Ian and Janet.
One to watch there, but hopefully we'll have a bit more luck with our second couple.
After a successful career as a food company director, Colin and wife Helene moved to Helene's native Spain to enjoy their retirement in the sun. 12 years on, they've sold their house in Malaga and are checking into a Wiltshire hotel to start their search for a new home closer to loved ones back on British soil.
So when we moved to Malaga, we had no grandchildren, and at the time we couldn't see any on the horizon, but it all happened, and now we have 7. 4 of those are in Wiltshire, and we do miss them all, very much so.
One way that Helene plans to embrace their new rural lifestyle is through her passion for fitness.
When we move here, I'm hoping we will get bikes and we can ride in the countryside. It would do him good.
Through visits to their family in Wiltshire, Colin and Helene have got to know and appreciate the county's charms.
Some of the villages are still unspoilt and quite quaint. It's a real throwback in many ways to England as was, and I'm quite happy about that.
So what have they got to spend on a new home in Wiltshire?
The budget for this move is around £480,000.
Colin and Helene's family live to the south of the county in Foxholes. So to keep them within easy reach of their grandchildren, we're focusing our search within an hour's drive of the village. I'm meeting up with them to pick up some more details about their move.
Many people looking at your story will be thinking, hang on a minute, surely they're going in the wrong direction. Don't we all want to live in the sun in Spain?
Well, we've had 12 years of sunshine basking in Spain, and now is the lure of the English countryside once again, and of course close to our family.
So just give us an idea of the sort of property that you've got your minds set on in terms of maybe style and what it needs to contain. Go on, Helen.
Ideally, we would like large rooms, light and airy, with a large kitchen and utility room, big bedroom, ensuite, bathroom, and at least 3 bedrooms, and a double garage, hopefully, and a garden that I can...
Not too big a garden.
So basically what you're after is everything you've currently got in Spain.
Yeah.
You just want it here.
Except for the pool.
Except for the pool.
But if there is a pool, that's fine.
And not directly on a road.
Yes.
I think we'd like to be a little bit back off the road.
And not too isolated.
But I guess also you'd probably go for something fairly modern, because that's what you've been used to in Spain.
Well, the inside certainly. We like all mod cons, yes.
Yeah.
The nice kitchen with all the mod cons, yes.
So, just remind us of how much money we've got to play with to find this new dream home of yours.
Well, we've sold our house in Spain, and so we've set a budget of 480,000, which could plus or minus a bit either way.
Who's going to make all the decisions, though?
He's got the checkbook.
Come on, the sun is shining.
Let's go for
Let's go and spend some money.
With £480,000, Colin and Helene are looking for a home with spacious, airy rooms, including a large kitchen, a utility room, a minimum of 3 bedrooms and an ensuite. Outside, they'd like a medium-sized garden and space to park 2 cars, with ideally a garage. They'd also like to be within easy reach of some local amenities. We found a wonderful mix of homes to show our buyers, but I won't be revealing the price until they've had a guess at it first. The final property is the Mystery House, where the interior design could tip them one way or the other. We're starting our search 8 miles south of Foxholes in the hamlet of Norton Ferris, close to the Somerset border. Our first property just nearby is a 17th century cottage with a gorgeous rural setting, perfect for those bike rides Helene's got planned for them.
This is property number 1.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's pretty, yes.
Yeah?
Is there a garage?
There isn't a garage. You have got a little bit of off-road parking for at least 2, maybe 3 cars there. As you can see through the little gap there, the ground rises up behind it, but it's been rearranged in a way that makes it a little bit sort of upside down.
Quirky.
Absolutely quirky, because your main sort of kitchen diner, as it were, is upstairs.
Fine.
And it then leads out into the garden behind. The garden's very manageable, very lovely, full of sun, as you can see. We'll explore that later.
Inside.
Yeah?
Let's get
Come on then.
Originally, this property was a modest one-up, one-down cottage, but extra rooms were added to the ground floor around 20 years ago.
Okay. Come on in. So we've got 2 bedrooms down here. There's double there, nice big kind of family bathroom that serves this floor with the roll-top bath. And then through here, this is the living room. Follow me, Ellie. So what do we think of this then?
Oh, lovely. Very quaint, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, I wondered if it had a sort of slightly Spanishy feel to it with these whitewashed beams.
Yes.
What do you think though? Is it you?
It's interesting. It's certainly worth considering. I'd like to see more.
But that word interesting, Colin, I'm not sure that's telling me the whole story really as to what's going on in your mind.
Well, it is interesting. It's not what I expected. I want to take it in first.
Yeah.
I think the ceilings might be a bit too low, look. He's good at knocking his head on everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit challenged on that one. But in terms of ceiling height, we've got no problems upstairs. Come and have a look at this.
So the ground floor of this slightly topsy-turvy house offers the 2 bedrooms, bathroom and cosy sitting room we've just seen. But the main living space can be found upstairs, where there's a kitchen and dining area, as well as a master bedroom suite.
Now this for me is where our kind of upside down house really does come to life. Come up, Helene, what do you think?
Lovely, lovely.
The kitchen units I love. They are made of reclaimed elm. Very individual. I mean, how's our kind of, interesting barometer faring at this stage?
It gives you a lot of food for thought.
Yeah?
A lot of food for thought, a lot of consideration. We have to adjust our ambitions and what we're looking for.
I don't think you have to adjust your ambitions at all. I mean, this is a very desirable property.
Yes.
The question is it
for us?
For you? Yeah. It does have this fantastic sunroom, which is just gorgeous. Have a look at that.
Oh, this is pretty.
Wow. Yeah. This structure now really is what I think kind of defines the layout of this place, because they're clearly making
it's lovely.
Maximum use of the garden.
Yes, right.
And this really is your living floor, I would say, albeit that the living room itself is down below us.
Very nice.
Good. So as we saw on the way in, there are 2 double bedrooms downstairs with that lovely bathroom, but the master is up here. So this is your own kind of suite, really. Storage there, really nice kind of wet room, and then this is
sweet.
Is your bit.
Master bed.
Yeah. You like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to advance the interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's interesting again, yeah.
We've got a huge bed.
Yeah.
And a big dressing table. I'm just trying to visualise.
I'm just not feeling the kind of excitement I would have expected this house to have generated, if I'm honest.
We're surprised, I think.
Yeah.
We're surprised. It's a lot older and quainter and quirkier than
We've
would have
ever
expected.
had,
We've
yes.
ever had.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're walking into a time warp, really, and it's different.
But, you know, this is, as I say, a kind of toe in the water for us to get an idea of what you like and for you to get a sense of what the market here can offer you. The key thing, I suppose, is going to be the price. Let's talk about that in the garden. Come on, that'll give you a good idea of where we're going.
It seems our buyers aren't convinced this house offers them the space they're after, but maybe the garden will offer a glimmer of hope.
Oh,
nice, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Yeah?
Gorgeous. Look at the trees.
You got lots to play with here.
Yeah.
But not, you know, masses of work. There's the kind of rear view, that lovely garden room that dominates it.
Lovely.
The garden is, you know, what you see. Is that manageable enough for you?
I think it's big enough without being too big, yes.
Yeah. You've got this nice little terrace here, and then behind us, some very well kept vegetable beds. Nothing in them at the moment, but at least they're weed free. So let's have a think about the price then, shall we?
I'd pitch it at just under 400,000.
Would you now? That's quite optimistic.
Well, we're not familiar with the market, of course, so perhaps we've something to learn on that front.
Okay, Helen?
Well, to me, only 375.
This is currently on the market at £465,000. Yeah. But this has been a very interesting first
wonderful
impression,
yes.
I think.
I think it's food for thought, Jules. We'll have to think about it.
Just under budget at £465,000, this period cottage with its peaceful rural setting offers a large kitchen, a dining room cum conservatory, 3 bedrooms and a characterful downstairs sitting room. There's no garage, but there is parking for 2 cars.
Good. Well, I think that has been, in many ways, more revealing than many first property tours, actually.
Yes,
Yeah. So we've got quite a few things to consider.
a lot to think about.
Space, ages of property, and prices.
Of course, absolutely.
Come on then.
Four years ago, we met Chris and Helen, who were living in Newbury. They'd taken early retirement and, like Colin and Helene, they planned to spend it in the sun. But when their circumstances changed, plans for a dream home in Madeira got shelved and they chose to put down roots here in Wiltshire instead. We offered them 3 great properties, but our mystery house in Great Cheverel was a bit of a punt, knowing they weren't wildly keen on bungalows.
I've always considered bungalows to be a total waste of space. It's quite nice sometimes to have a separation between living and bedrooms.
But by the end of their tour with Aled Jones, the 4-bedroom 19th century bungalow had worked its charms.
Have we won you over?
Yes, I think you have.
I'm impressed.
So 4 years on, I'm here in Great Cheverel to catch up with them.
Well, hello. Nice to see you.
Hello, Jules.
Chris, Helen.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Mystery House.
Well, thank you very much indeed. I mean, it's rather nice, this. A little treat for me to be shown around a property.
We're very proud of it.
Yeah.
Well, so you should be. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The garden is a picture.
It's changed a bit. There wasn't very much here when we got here, but apart from weeds, obviously.
But there is one very obvious change to 4 years ago, Chris, and it's that Zimmer frame. What happened to you?
About 2 months ago, I was descending a steep cliff path and I didn't make it all the way down in the usual manner, and I broke my ankle quite badly.
This country life's a dangerous business, isn't it, eh?
When they moved, one goal was to immerse themselves in the local community, so I'm wondering if that's something they've managed to achieve.
I'm on the committee of the Garden Club. We help out in the local shop and newsagent whenever they need us. I helped with the hog roast at the pub last week.
I've been elected as a parish councillor.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, that really is embracing the community, isn't it? But is this a vision of a couple living the dream?
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously it's not Madeira. We didn't make it there, but there's a lot here that we wouldn't have had over there.
Yeah.
The couple have made a few changes to the place since they bought it. So while Chris rests that ankle, Helen's going to show me around.
This is what we call the atrium. It was very low, very sloping, very asbestos.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
One of the rooms on their wish list was a book-lined den.
I can imagine sitting here, a couple of nice armchairs, loads of books around, roaring log fire. I'm there.
Oh, yeah, paradise on earth.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
Oh, this is cosy. Isn't it lovely to have such a snug den?
Yes, yes, you've got to have your little cosy hole, I think.
Yeah.
It's very important.
And this room, I suppose, hasn't really changed that much.
No, except obviously for the bookcases.
Yeah.
We've had a wood-burning stove put in.
Yeah.
When they first viewed this place, the spacious kitchen was functional, but in need of a freshen up.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Well, you really have transformed it beautifully.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely beautifully. It's a lesson to anybody who's interested in taking on a project. You know, it's worthwhile. It's all worth it.
Oh, yes, yeah.
It's pretty clear that moving to Wiltshire has been a really positive experience for this pair. And hopefully it will have the same effect on Colin and Helene. Our second property takes us half an hour's drive north of Foxholes to the village of Neston. And the house we're showing our buyers was built for a local quarryman and his family back in the 1870s.
Lovely.
That's different. That's lovely.
Very different proposition in terms of location.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Obviously, we've got neighbours and so on.
Yes.
I know you don't want to be isolated,
Quite.
so it's kind of the other end of that scale, one would say, but obviously easy access to the countryside.
Feels quiet.
Yeah, it's a nice little spot, this.
It's a good, solid-looking house.
It is. But there are obvious compromises, I guess the main one being that there isn't a dedicated garage for you.
That is, yeah, or parking spaces.
Yes. But who knows, is it the one?
Let's go.
We shall
Come on
see.
This 4-bedroom Bathstone house has been completely renovated over the last few years by the current owners, and I'm hoping it's to Colin and Helene's taste.
Well, let's start with this living room. This being the principal one.
Right.
Come on in, Colin.
Quite
This is
a good
cosy.
size.
Yeah?
Good size.
Is this a bit more like it?
Yes.
Oh, indeed.
Yes.
A bit more conventional.
Yes.
But I love the detailing. They've revealed these stone reveals around
That's
the windows.
right, yes. It's got a nice country feel as well.
Well, it has, and it's made the best of the material the stone is built from. This lovely
Bathstone,
stone. Yeah, exactly. You know, the little details.
Nice touches.
You know, really make it.
Nice touches.
I think. Okay, so this sort of sets the scene.
Yeah.
Let's continue through here. So dining room here with another multi-fuel burner there. Now I promised you a fitted kitchen. Here it is.
Very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This was a local
nice kitchen,
guy who
yeah.
built it.
Very nice.
An in-frame kitchen, as we like to say. You've got the island, the marble, and so on. So yeah, there's a lot of money in this actually. Would it be big enough? Because I know size really is the thing with you two. So
well, we are both big.
I didn't mean it in that respect. I meant in terms of the space that you're used to and that you are aspiring to.
It would need some adjusting.
In what respect?
Getting used to smaller space.
Okay, but you wouldn't be adjusting the kitchen necessarily.
It's livable.
All right then. Well, let's go upstairs because we have got you 4 bedrooms there.
Oh, good.
Also on the ground floor there's a utility room with a toilet, and of the bedrooms upstairs there's a single and 2 doubles, one of which is currently being used as a study. But we've earmarked the 4th and largest bedroom for our couple.
So then finally, this would be
Master.
yours.
Very nice.
All right.
Okay.
Nice and bright.
And again, the detailing just coming out there with the stone and the plaster mix, fireplace and so
A lot
on.
of thought has gone into it.
Right.
Any wardrobes?
There are no built-in wardrobes in here. Yeah, storage would be a mixture of other bedrooms where there are other wardrobes and so on.
Is there just the one bathroom?
There is, on this floor. So it's not en suite. However, you've got 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And the one next door, which isn't massive,
Converted.
you could go through there and put an ensuite onto here, and you'd end up with a very, very generous
Yeah.
ensuite. Plenty of room for a bath and shower and all the
And
rest
dressing
of it.
room.
And a dressing room.
Probably.
Yeah, you could do that. Let's have a look at the back garden and talk about the price, Colin. How about
Okay.
It's pretty clear that the house doesn't provide the space our buyers were hoping for, but outside there's plenty to offer, including an immaculate vegetable garden, fruit trees, ponds, and even a shed where they could stash some of those bits and bobs they're bringing over from Spain.
Right, let's take advantage of this lovely little bit of seating and sunshine, shall we?
Yes.
As you can see, you've got this quite heavily landscaped kind of rear garden.
It's beautiful.
Lots of water features. In fact, this little rill runs under our feet. Can you see it?
Yeah. Yes,
indeed.
Follows the curve of this extraordinary
Very
kind
clever.
of seating area. Well, let's have a think about the price on this one then, because I think we're all learning quite a lot about prices and properties here. Helen, go on.
I think 425.
425.
I'd have to go along with 425 purely because of the lack of garage and adequate parking space.
This is on at £475,000.
Below budget at £475,000, this meticulously renovated stone property has a bespoke kitchen, a generous reception room and a separate dining room. Upstairs there are 4 bedrooms. There's no ensuite, but there is scope to create one by knocking through to the single room. Outside there's a beautifully landscaped garden, complete with water features and a veggie plot.
Oh, this is nice. Yeah, look at the fruit trees, full of fruit as well.
How are we doing?
Hi.
There's more to it than meets the eye, isn't there?
Love the garden.
It is immaculate, and I love that view of the house.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we've got one more to come. It's Mystery House time next.
Be exciting.
Have we saved the best till last? I hope so.
We hope so.
Come on then.
Wow, so quite a challenging search.
It was, and it was a real shame because neither property at that stage was doing it, but I was still hoping that the Mystery House would come to the rescue.
Me too. Because Janet and Ian had £575,000, but do you know, I think they were just really attached to London life.
Do you think country life was really for them?
Well, we needed to persuade them, and the Mystery House, it was a risky option, but for it to work, you know, like this, they had to take to it like ducks to water. We're staying in the Cotswolds with our Mystery House, travelling east to Howells Mere, half an hour from Swindon and its transport links to London. Now, this is a very mysterious Mystery House, so I needed to bring you here to set it up. This is called the Lower Mill Estate, and it's a huge development around the Cotswold Water Park. Basically, it's 550 acres of nature reserve. One of the reasons we brought you here, we got the impression that actually there's lots of things about living in London that you quite like, and in an ideal world you might like to keep the place in London, but have a country residence as well, because these are second homes.
Okay.
For a month a year you have to vacate this property.
Okay.
But it does have this huge community. So this is behind us here is the sort of village, and there's a shop and a spa and a swimming pool and a sauna.
I like the sound of the spa and the swimming pool.
Yeah, very nice. So let's take our brollies and find it. The Mystery House is a detached lakeside property of contemporary design over 3 floors. So this is the house I wanted to show you.
Very nice. It is very nice, yes.
Lots of open space in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice view.
And of course, unfortunately, we're seeing it on a slightly overcast day, but I mean, the whole point of this property is that it's got all this lovely outside space. You see all the balconies on the 3 levels.
Can't wait to have a look inside.
The property seems to have caught their eye on the outside, but it remains to be seen if it's the house or the thought of spending more time in their London flat that appeals the most. Ooh, nice to be in from the chilly summer air. Step into this lovely new space.
Yes, very nice. Very light, and isn't it?
Yeah, and you get a bigger dimension of space because of the window and going out that way as well. So it creates an illusion of more space than there actually is, even though it is quite spacious.
Yeah. You've got a big kitchen, lots of work surface, granite worktops, all the mod cons, lots of light coming in from all directions. Can you see yourself? Because we were worried that it might not be cosy enough for you.
Oh yes, I could do, yes. The door's shut, the stairs are separate.
I suppose what we're interested in is whether this whole idea of keeping the place in London, having this place as a sort of second home, really appeals to you or would work for you.
It does appeal, I think, yes.
It does appeal,
and it would work.
We talked about it on the walking down, and it does appeal to us, and there's a lot of questions to ask.
Should we have a mosey upstairs?
Please.
The first floor has 3 double bedrooms. Bedroom 1 comes with ensuite bathroom. Bedroom 2 has an ensuite shower room, and both have access to a lakeside balcony. A stylish family bathroom serves the remaining bedroom on this floor, so they've got options here, bearing in mind they're after extra living space.
Very nice.
That's empty cupboard to the right, I'd imagine.
And each one has its own cupboard as well, wardrobe, built in.
Wonderful landings to go with it, of course.
Yeah, and a lovely balcony. So there's plenty of sleeping space. You probably want to change one of these into a music room or a study.
This is awfully big because there aren't any bedside cabinets in at the moment.
Yes, perhaps some small ones, wouldn't
Or you could use it as a study.
Yeah.
It's a nice room to work, because I think you might... Well, let's have a look. The room upstairs is very impressive.
Up on the second floor is the master bedroom, with an ensuite walk-in shower room and access to the wonderful roof terrace, where I'm going to see how accurate their valuations are.
Can you imagine having a barbecue out here?
Yes, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Yes.
How much do you think this is on the market for?
This is going to be difficult. I've never seen anything like this before. But I think I would say 475.
Okay.
I think it's lower than that. I think it's near the 460 mark.
460. Well, you're both quite out. This is actually on the market for 540.
540.
So that is the price for a Cotswold water park second home.
The stylish Mystery Lakeside property comes in under budget at £540,000 and gives them 4 bedrooms, one possibly to use as Janet's piano room, a spacious open-plan living area, a decent-sized kitchen, a wonderful roof terrace, all within reasonable distance to Swindon and London.
So with that rather unusual offering, you guys are done. If you head to the car, I'll catch up with you in a second. So it seems to me that the first 2 houses didn't quite fit the bill, but the Mystery House seemed to throw up some ideas.
Yes, you're quite right. We found the Mystery House far more interesting possibility.
What do you feel about this idea of hanging on to the London place and having a sort of second home, as it were, in the countryside?
I like the idea a lot, actually, yes. It just suits us down to the ground, really, to be able to get back and enjoy theatre and restaurants and, of course, visit relatives as well there. So it appeals a lot, that idea, yes.
We really have had enough of living full-time under a flight path on the way to Heathrow. We've had enough of being in a cramped London flat all the time.
Traffic jams, parking
and we really do want to get out.
What do you feel happens next?
We will be looking for something else, possibly, as you say, on the 2 lines, to be able to keep the London flat and to move to the country as well.
Well, I hope that we've provoked some thoughts in our perambulations this week, and it's been very nice showing you around.
Well, thank you very much. We've enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been great fun.
I can't believe that didn't float their boat.
Aha! Yes, it's awful when you get that sinking feeling.
Indeed it is, but all was not lost with Colin and Helene. Although our first 2 properties hadn't impressed them, don't forget they were retiring back to the UK with a reasonable budget of £480,000. So I was hoping that our mystery house with a little added extra might finally accelerate their move. For our final property, we're heading 16 miles south to Market Lavington. Our buyers shouldn't feel isolated here because our mystery house is right in the heart of the village.
So what have we got for you with our mystery property then? And this used to be an old builder's yard in the heart of Market Lavington.
And which is it?
It's that one. It's that corner. Now, it belies its real size, actually, because effectively you get all of that red bit. And you've got no garage, but you have got 2 dedicated parking spaces behind there.
In there, okay.
And a bit of a surprise, which I'm going to keep till the end.
Okay, another mystery.
So, shall we?
Yes, please.
And it really is a cracker. I'll reveal all at the end of the tour. But first, let's look inside this semi-detached courtyard development. It's very different from what we've shown them so far, but I'm hoping that might be a good thing.
Follow me. Here we go. There.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh,
Beautiful.
That is a wow.
It's the first wow of the week, Colin.
Well, it is a wow, isn't it?
Oh, it is different, yeah. That's a beautiful kitchen.
This is more you, isn't it?
Yes.
It also has a sort of dining corner, which is probably best viewed from over here. But you can configure this space how you like, really.
Yes, indeed.
Interesting, very
It is.
interesting.
Very modern, isn't it?
Is this a good interesting? Because I'm not
Yes.
sure we've had a good interesting yet.
Yeah. Well, so do I. Has it got a utility room?
It does. It's off of the downstairs loo. It's not massive, but it does contain the washer and the dryer. Yeah.
Good.
So hopefully this is painting the right kind of picture.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, let's continue through the hallway. Lots more to show you. Excellent. Now, we haven't talked much about studies, but this has a dedicated one.
Another wow.
We're stacking them up, aren't we? It's sort of compact as a ground plan, but actually, because it's open plan...
Feels more spacious.
It does.
Yeah, this works. This is good.
Now, upstairs, what have we got for you?
Let's see.
I think it gets better.
Good.
I'm going to stick my neck out.
Well, I'm delighted that Colin and Helene seem taken with this contemporary open plan style. Let's see if the upstairs continues to impress.
Now, we have 4 bedrooms for you here.
Good.
There's a great big double in there with loads and loads of storage. That's your family bathroom.
Very nice.
Shower and bath. Yeah? This is one of the bedrooms that's become a dressing room.
Great.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. All right. And then this, another guest room. And then lastly, you can see why we've been very excited
Oh, wow. Yes.
to show you this bit.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
gorgeous.
this is good.
Yeah?
Oh, very good.
Now, the ensuite was an issue in our last property.
Very much so.
Look at this one. Tell me what you think. It's not bad as they go.
Gosh. Wow. It really is a wow, isn't it?
Must be another word. Fantastic.
Yeah? So, we like this one, don't we?
We do indeed.
There is a little garden to have a look at.
Right.
And there's that surprise I promised you. Yeah. It gets better and better, this one, doesn't it?
Go on, Templar.
It's looking like we might just have found a house with the kind of style and space that really appeals to our buyers. The outside is a lot more compact than the other 2 properties they've seen, but fingers crossed it won't take the shine off it.
Modest garden. Well, courtyard garden, really, I suppose. But a bit of a sun trap. Yeah, which is nice. And that's your car parking area there. Okay.
Right
Immediately.
across?
Yeah, right across. Now, I did promise you a little bit of a surprise. Currently, as I understand it, you are carless in the UK.
Oh, yes.
Well, if you bought this house, you get that car as well.
Wow, that's a double wow.
I don't believe you.
That's all thrown in.
Gorgeous.
I don't think I've ever had an escape to the country where a car, let alone one like that, has been thrown in as a sweetener. What's it going to be for our mystery house and our sports car? Colin?
Well, I would have said it's spot on budget of 480.
Helen?
I'd say just under 5.
Just under 5. So you've upped your game a bit, haven't you? Well, here's the thing. He's right. £480,000 for our mystery house and the motor.
Oh, that's superb.
Amazing.
Really is. Wonderful.
Bang on budget at £480,000, our mystery house offers a contemporary open plan living space that includes a sleek state-of-the-art kitchen. There's also a utility room, a study and 4 double bedrooms. And let's not forget that exceedingly spacious ensuite. Outside there's a courtyard garden and 2 private parking spaces, complete with a bonus sports car. And its heart of the village location means Helene will be close to those fitness classes she loves.
It's amazing, isn't it, how quickly these house tours fly by, really. But that's it. All 3 are done. That's the end of the mystery house.
Well done.
Well
So, I think we might have a contender.
I think you might well.
We might, if I were a betting man, which occasionally I am. So let's go away and have a good old think about it, and we'll see what happens next.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Jules.
you.
First class.
It's been quite an eventful few days, actually, isn't it,
It
really?
certainly has.
Certainly has.
Despite odds that, to be honest, I was beginning to worry were really stacked against us in terms of getting you something that was going to work.
Yes, well, we started off with houses that were interesting, very nice for certain people with certain lifestyles, but it just lacked 1 or 2 features that we really need.
Our traditional sense of country life clearly wasn't working for you in the way that I perhaps had expected. So for our final property, our mystery house, we went for something completely
A modern country life.
off the board, really, absolutely, completely modern country life, and that gained an extraordinary response. Come on.
Absolutely.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
I think it was absolutely perfect for her in many, many ways. I liked the environment, I liked the location, I liked the security of the place. Yes, it was superb.
And of course it came with that extraordinary bonus of the sports car.
Incredible bonus. I don't know whether I'm ready to go back to being a boy racer again at my time of life, but I'd have to think about it. It's very, very exciting and very attractive.
Very tempting.
Yeah, very tempting indeed.
Well, clearly Mystery House is the contender, so my final question really is what happens next? Can you take it forward? Have you fallen in love with it enough to make it your new home?
We're going to discuss it.
Yes, we've got to talk a lot, obviously.
I mean, in terms of this move, I mean, it is a massive relocation.
Indeed, because, you know, at our time of life, it's got to be our last, does it not? And so we've got to get it right.
But I suppose it's been quite revealing in terms of the kind of property market here and the price that things go for.
Yes, we've obviously been out of touch with prices in the UK and certainly in the area. We've got a fair idea now what the property market is here.
Well, it does put everything into context, doesn't it? But I am delighted that the Mystery House is of interest to you. I am crossing everything that these discussions and deliberations that are going to go on for the next few days are going to deliver the kind of answer that you're hoping for.
Well, who knows?
Well, let us know how you get on.
We will indeed.
And we look forward to hearing from you. And let's face it, you wanted to be in Wiltshire. When you look across that landscape on a day like this, why wouldn't you want to call this place home?
True.
Been a pleasure. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
A house that comes with a sports car. Now I have seen it all.
It was a first for me, I have to tell you. But what about Ian and Janet? How did they get on?
Well, you know, it's interesting because I think they so were looking forward to this rural dream, but they were very tied to the London life as well. And I think it's very interesting when you're thinking about moving into the countryside from a big city. It's all very romantic, but actually getting out there in the field makes a big difference.
I think that is great advice for anybody thinking of a rural life, actually. If you're not used to it, go and rent a cottage for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, as long as you can. Immerse yourself in the area and get used to it. Check out the local amenities, the doctors, the shops. Beware of the holiday romance. We can all want to move to places we've been to for a week or two, but actually, what's it like in reality?
It sounds harsh, but you sort of have to acid test your dreams. I mean, in a busy city, you might think, oh, I really want to live down the bottom of a lane with no one for miles. But the reality might be quite unsettling.
I think that sense of isolation can catch people unawares. Well, that's it from us and Wiltshire. So join us next time on Escapes the Country.
See you then. Janet and Ian did finally find a property in the village of South Marston and have already moved in.
Whereas Colin and Helene moved their focus to Suffolk, where their budget stretched further.
If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England, or even perhaps further afield to the continent and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/.